My name is Abby Jarman, and I'm a university student living in a suburb outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. I first started saying I was disabled in spring of 2014, shortly after I had turned 18. I had just started using a wheelchair, and since that is a symbol so closely associated with the general public's kind of notion of what disability is, it didn't really seem like a choice. It just was. But I kind of felt like I didn't have a right to identify as disabled because when I first became ill, the first thing that doctors told me incorrectly was that my symptoms were psychosomatic. And so with my old ideas of what disability was, I kind of felt like a fraud for saying I was disabled or for using a wheelchair. I don't think I properly thought of myself as a disabled person until I was 20 or 21. Non-discrimination measures figuratively shorten the distance that I have to travel in order to get by in the systems and the infrastructure that I exist within. It means I am met part way, and without them, I don't think there's enough creative adaptation in the world I could do on my part to make these systems work for me. And as a wheelchair user, accessibility measures completely transform how confidently I'm able to inhabit a space. To me, the disabled community is about interdependence and about a dedication to collective care. It's about unlearning the shame put on us by like normative hierarchies and respecting every way that like body minds can exist in this world. Um, it's about it's about affirming each other's humanity and um, holding each other's like beautifully messy stories in a world that tries to dictate to us what our narratives are. My disability tends to bring out both the best and the worst in people, but I really appreciate the way in which it brings out the best. Um, I frequently observe that because of the values of our society, a lot of people are terrified to show that they need or want anything from anyone, even if that's just connection. And so a lot of people kind of carry around this illusion of independence like a shield. And that's where my disability comes in, where by asking for help with some of my more obvious practical needs, whether that's asking someone to help carry something for me or asking for some patience as I wait for my injured brain to process something. Um, Sometimes it creates this shortcut to a more genuine form of connection. I think it's because it introduces this shameless interdependence into our dynamic. And so it feels like a safer space to kind of share your people's more like tender and true selves. Disability has helped me be more embodied. Uh, I used to kind of think of myself as like a brain piloting a flesh sack. And now I see that I am like a body mind, and those elements are inextricably intertwined. Um, and that kind of process of discovery has allowed me to like enjoy movement for movement's sake, without that enjoyment being dependent on like achieving certain results. Which has been great. And it's even led to like discovering this kind of personal therapeutic practice of seated, uninhibited dancing that I use for like grounding and catharsis and rehumanization. Um, lastly, I would say that disability has led to me learning how to creatively adapt to my circumstances. Um, and with whatever tools I have available, and that has given me a lot more faith in my ability to handle whatever life throws at me. And it's also allowed me to see the absurdity of a lot of strict societal norms. There's this quote by Suleika Jawad that really kind of summarizes my feelings around disabled life, where she says something like, uh, life is about learning how to hold the really beautiful and the profoundly hard in the same palm. Um, and that rings very true to me. With disability, both of those things are present, but neither make the other less true or less powerful, just makes us human.